Good evening and thank you for joining us, Aaron. Kind of a testament to the Coach Sambu's recruitment program there. Really, that team did great last year and coming out of the gate flying again this year.
Yeah, last year defense was a big problem, but they could score points. You know, seems like scoring points, not a problem again this year as they put up over 105 last night.
Right.
So I'll have more on that story coming up a bit later on in sports.
Right on. Well, we're looking forward to that. And what are we looking forward to for the weekend weather?
Well, the weekend weather has changed out a bit. We've got some rain in the mix. We've been talking about it since yesterday and the day before that. But let's deal with today because we've hit our forecast high temperature today in the last half hour. So we've climbed to 24 Celsius, humidity at 19%. It's been easing off. We've got some cloud cover, but nothing to worry about at the moment. Out of the south, those winds at about 17 and a UV reading of 3 on the scale. As we look across the region, 21 in the Lakeland area and 26 in the Battlefords. So I tell you, it's really nice, but we do have some rain to deal with, particularly for Saturday and Sunday, and we talk a bit more about it in the second segment.
This afternoon, Lloydminster Police and EMS responded to the call of a vehicle that had driven off Highway 303 East into a farmer's field. EMS found the driver still in his seat, unresponsive but with no physical injuries. There were no passengers. RCMP say it appears the man suffered from a diabetic seizure that caused him to lose control of the SUV. The driver was able to walk out of the vehicle on his own. He's been taken to hospital for further observation. A new report indicates Prairie North Health isn't providing surgery fast enough to its patients. According to the Saskatchewan Surgical Initiative, patients who fall under the priority category are supposed to receive surgery within 3 weeks, but only 60% of those patients were operated on within that time frame. Whitney Stinson has the story.
The region has been short of surgeons for over a year, and while they have a few on the way, local doctors say that won't nip the problem.
Sometimes they get to see a surgeon, but then there's not enough operating time for the surgeon to operate as well. So there are two factors here.
PNHR divides people waiting for surgery into 4 categories. In the 2 lowest emergency levels, over 90% of the patients were accommodated within their maximum time frame. But Category 1 and 2 patients only receive timely treatment about half the time. This would rarely result in death, but doctors say it could make the job of the surgery a little bit harder.
Chances are, eventually, if they become urgent enough, they will do them as an emergency. But then emergency has its own morbidity and risks associated, and the post-op recovery is much slower.
PNHR says with more surgeons on the way here and with their focus on recruitment, change should be coming.
I think given the renewed focus, we are much closer to the targets as we speak today.
But Dr. Saeed is worried about retention. Competition for doctors is so great in this country. There are many cities the size of Lloydminster offering much more incentives to stay on board.
Without a doubt, equipment is an important part of the scenario. Without the right equipment, especially newly trained surgeons would find it hard to work in.
He says the key to figuring out how to retain surgeons in our region is exit interviews. We need to ask why are they leaving and how can we get them to stay? Otherwise, both long waits in the ER and for surgery will continue.
I'm an optimist. I've always been an optimist. But in recent times, I cannot see myself the light at the end of the tunnel.
Whitney Stinson, Newcap News.
School boards, principals, and teachers are always looking for ways to improve student learning and their results. As Clayton Brown explains, Elk Point Elementary is one of only 30 schools across Alberta receiving some recognition for all their hard work.
Principal Lauren Young, students and staff of the Elk Point Elementary School have been nominated for a provincial award for improvement in academics in the last 5 years.
They take a look at 5 years worth of data, basically provincial achievement exam data, grade 3, 6, and they're saying that our school over a 5-year period has shown consistent and quite extensive growth.
Young believes the recent positive academic progress is a reflection on everyone in the school.
The kids are showing great results, and you know, it's their efforts and the efforts of all the staff that work together to make this happen. It's very much a team effort.
The staff has devoted a lot of time to finding different ways to engage the students, and it's something they never stop.
We see things we can do better. We're trying to, use all sorts of new strategies, technology, teaching strategies, new curriculum that's come out from Alberta Ed. We're trying to make good use of everything.
While the principal says it's an honor to be nominated, he believes the provincial exams show only one aspect of what the school offers.
And we don't like to use it as the be-all and end-all. There's so much more to a school than how kids do on a particular exam. So yes, we're being recognized for some good achievement on that exam, but we like to think we've got a lot of good stuff going on here.
In Elk Point, Clayton Brown, Newcap News.
Accessing the city's airport may become easier for the public in the future. This is pending on the federal government's approval of an application from the city to fund renovations. If the city does receive the grant, Kathy Lee explains what kind of upgrades will be made to the facility.
From the bathrooms to the doors, this old airport is in need of a facelift.
It's a 30-year-old building, so it's time to update some stuff.
And not just for aesthetic reasons, Wade Frost says the facility needs to be made more accessible for everyone.
A lot more elderly going to visit grandkids, stuff like that. But it also will benefit the passengers that we have in and out every day. Coming in with their bigger suitcases, those doors are a struggle to get in and out of.
In addition to upgrading the bathroom and front doors to automatic ones and adding gradual ramps outside and near the parking lot.
A couple other things we're looking at maybe doing is hoping to do is updating the fire alarm system for bells and stuff like that. Instead of having a bell, you have the stuff for the blind people. So we're going to try to do that.
City of Lloydminster Charter.
The city is committing 25% out of its airport capital towards the $65,000 project. And the second step to making these plans a reality have also been made at Monday's council meeting.
Right now, all we've done is submit an application to the federal government. They have a program to upgrade existing buildings to help increase the accessibility of those buildings.
Well, the application for funding to make the airport more accessible still needs to be approved by the federal government. Money to fix the roof on the building has been outlined in the city's 2011 budget, which means construction should take place real soon.
They've awarded the tender. We're just waiting on when they have time to start. So it's a wait and see. I don't know when they have a timeline. Hopefully before the snow flies.
While revamping the roof and initiating plans for new renovations is a start, Frost says there are other things that need fixing, and he hopes they'll happen in the near future.
From runway update on in maybe 5 years, time to redo the asphalt. It's just about timed out for life. And then some fencing is one major thing we want to get done.
Kathy Lee, Newcap News.